A lot of stuff coming into the NFL today, dude. June 1st. Who knew? I think a lot of people
Yeah,
knew actually, but we didn't know
we
what was
we
going to
knew.
go
We did a
down.
podcast.
Facts. Facts. Your knowledge is insane. But the media was talking about a lot, dude, and I was watching and I'm not gonna lie, dude. It was around like I think it was around like 1 o'clock where I was just sitting here and I was like, Zach told me June 1st was the day. And I remember very well I was sitting down with a customer and we were going through the process a little bit too long than I would have wanted, but it's fine. And I noticed he was a football guy, and I have my watch on my wrist, and I see a notification saying Myles Garrett traded to the Rams. And
Yes.
I'm like, what? And I had to peep in my phone real quick, just to scroll through real quick to make sure this was real, and it's real.
Oh,
So
it's real, baby.
it's
It's
too
real.
real, and I hate my life so much.
So for
I
those,
I sent a letter into the NFL commission already pledging that Arizona should be moved out of the division. So that's my take on it.
Arizona's going to the UFL. You heard it here first.
Oh, I'm definitely going to the XFL, UFL, CFL, whatever league ends in FL. Yes, we will be there.
So the trade details for this blockbuster trade that I don't think many people saw coming was the
I don't
Rams
think anyone saw
acquired
it coming.
Myles Garrett and the Browns receive Jared Verse, a 2027 first, 2028 second, and a 2029 third rounder. What are your instant thoughts with this trade?
I think you heard my instant thoughts. I already talked to.
Yeah,
I
you
already
want your
took
team out
to.
of it,
I
out of the
already.
West.
I already took. I already talked to Goodell and the commission. Um, they said that they might think about it, um, moving Arizona out of the division. Um, but I'm assuming it's probably not going to happen because they want to see Arizona's downfall. So
The Rams needed all that to stop Jacoby Brissett.
all I
Like,
know is Carson
wow.
Beck is about to get yammed on. So,
All this to stop Carson Beck, really, Rams?
yep.
Yeah,
And
so
and
my
Brock
thoughts with
Purdy
this
and Sam
and
Darnold
property.
and Sam Darnold.
Yeah, so my thoughts is obviously this makes them an instant Super Bowl contender. They were before this trade happened, but this just even shows like, oh my goodness, this is the team to beat in the league. If the Rams don't make it to the Super Bowl, it's a bust. This team is built right now for the future. And one of the first things I actually thought about when this trade went down is now it makes a lot more sense why they drafted Ty Simpson this year. Because at the time of the draft, I think it shocked the world when the Rams chose to do that because everyone was expecting them to go maybe Makai Lemon, Kenyon Sadiq, someone like that, a weapon around Matthew Stafford to build a team for this year. Because before this trade, they were already trying to make a Super Bowl push.
Yeah,
So it felt weird for them to actually build towards the future with their 13th pick. And so a lot of people gave them an F from that draft pick. They said it was a reach. Whatever the case is, well, now to me, this makes way more sense because they traded away a 2027 first round pick, which will probably be a late round pick. So, in their eyes, you know, who knows if this is Matthew Stafford's last year? If they win a ring, maybe it will be. Even if they don't, maybe it will be. But now they have someone in place already to be the successor of Matt Stafford. And like next year is supposed to be a really awesome quarterback class. but they're going to pick late anyway. So it's like you're probably not going to get an Arch Manning or a Dante Moore, whoever comes up the ranks anyway. So why not get Ty Simpson, a guy who could sit behind a Hall of Fame quarterback, a fantastic coach, a good organization for 1 year, and then once Matthew Stafford retires, just take his place. Like they have a plan in place for that. Um, and so I looked at Myles Garrett's contract. He has a 5 year, $178 million
Yeah,
contract.
one of the highest
But
paid players.
the catch is though that it's really they could get out of that contract in the 4th year. So it's actually a 3 year, $98 million contract, which is absolutely fantastic.
Yeah,
So a 3 year, $98 million contract would put him at eighth among pass rushers in the league, which is obviously insane.
yeah.
And so, you want to hear another crazy thing, dude? So the Rams, they have the MVP, they have the defensive player of the year, and they have one of the offensive player of the year
Mm-hmm.
runners up in Puka Nakua, all on the same team.
Can I tack on to your stats?
Yes,
The Rams now have the 2025 NFL leaders in sacks, passing yards, touchdowns, receptions, and receiving touchdowns.
that's filthy.
They have Matthew Stafford, who led the league in passing yards and touchdowns, Myles Garrett, who led the league in sacks, Puka, who led the league in receptions, and Devontae Adams, who led the league in receiving touchdowns.
Yeah, they're an absolutely filthy team right now. And I don't know, dude.
I thought the
There's been
last Super
rumors
Bowl
out
team was
there.
broken, but this is even more broken.
This is very broken. There's rumors out there about Aaron Donald coming out of retirement,
Yeah,
potentially.
I know. I don't think it's
These
going
are
to actually
rumors.
happen, but
For those who don't know,
he's still crazy built, though.
Aaron Donald posted on his Instagram a while back, and he said that if the Rams get Myles Garrett, he might have to get in shape, back in football shape, and join the team.
He's been
And
still in shape, though. let's be
I think today,
let's
well,
be real.
football shape, he's
Yeah, I get
obviously
you.
jacked.
The conditioning, yeah, where he can like conserve his energy and stuff, like so he doesn't get as gassed. That's really the big part
Right,
of it.
exactly. And he had a post, I forgot when it was. It might have been today, but it was of him working out, and it was to the song, like, it's called Ain't Done or something like that. And he did like a hashtag that like insinuated that he could possibly come back. So there's a possible world where you can have a D line of Myles Garrett, Aaron Donald, Fisk, and then Josiah Stewart, which would be probably one of the best defensive lines of all time.
So, like I said, I'm putting in my resume into the commission of the NFL and saying, please get me out of here. And if I see Aaron Donald walk into the room, I had to deal with that man for a decade, okay? I don't need to deal with him for another year along with his best bud, Myles Garrett. I don't really need that
Just
in my life.
two guys who look like Hercules.
Yeah, if I'm Jacoby
Yeah,
Brissett, I'm scared. I don't want to play
yeah,
that
dude.
game. Get Carson Beck
It's a
out there.
wrap.
Get the rookie out there. He'll be all right.
If you're an
He could take
offensive
some hits.
lineman in the NFC West, good luck to you. You're going to be very sore
Sam Darnold's
after
going to
the
be
Rams
seeing
game.
ghosts again.
You think Myles Garrett's going to make him a Jet again, basically?
Yes.
Wow,
If he has Aaron Donald with him, if I see both of those on the other side of my line, I'm definitely seeing ghosts again for sure.
that's crazy.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Yeah,
And
it's
so,
crazy.
so we talked a little bit about the Rams side. What about the Browns side of things? That is the question. What I've seen is a lot of people
This
hating
was
it.
the best deal they got because they were not getting near as good as a deal when they were shipping him before.
Well, I heard a lot of people hating on it because they thought they could have gotten more.
What?
I, yeah,
That was
people
their
thought they could have
best
gotten more.
deal. 100% that was their best deal.
So for me personally, I actually love the deal they got for a couple reasons. For one, I think Jared Verse is a stud. He's a two-time Pro Bowler. He's 25 years old, and he fits more with the Browns' timeline. And also, like, the Browns are not contenders in the near future. So Myles Garrett, he's already 30 years old, and you don't have a franchise quarterback yet. Sorry, Shador, and sorry, Dylan Gabriel. You guys are not franchise quarterbacks.
Y'all are actually kind of poo, but
You guys are kind of poo. So it's like, what would be the point of keeping Myles Garrett on this current roster when your window is built for more in 3 years? So that was my thing. Because it's like, let's just say in a perfect world, like whether it's a supplemental draft that's coming up in a month, because Brandon Sorsby is supposed to be in that draft, he
mm-hmm.
could potentially be a franchise QB. Or if you wait till next year and you draft a franchise QB, in a perfect world, let's just say someone works out. It's probably going to take another year or two after you draft that quarterback to be like a playoff contender again. And by that time, Myles Garrett's probably like 33. And I think Myles Garrett has, he seems like one of those guys who will play until his late 30s and still be really good.
Yeah.
But you never know. I mean, who knows what Myles Garrett's going to be in 3 years? He just doesn't fit the timeline. So why not get a super young 25-year-old who's already a proven stud? You get another 2027 draft pick and a draft class that's supposed to be absolutely loaded. So it'll probably be a late first round pick, but you could potentially ship that pick as well to trade up if you need to take your franchise QB. Like there's a lot of options you can do with that. You got a second round pick in 2028, a third in 2029. So you're building that draft capital for a team that needs more talent in general on the team. So I think they actually did pretty well. Like I would give them an A.
Yeah,
I would give
no,
the
I
Rams an
agree.
A plus and the Browns an A. I think both
Yeah.
sides won that trade.
The
Even though
Browns
people
did
like
the
to
right
think that
thing.
the Browns didn't get as much as they should have.
Yeah, people were clowning on the Browns not trading Myles Garrett last year because that's what people do. They clown the Browns all the time, no matter what they do. And reality, bro, like reality check, they did try to trade Myles Garrett. Like there was serious
Yeah.
rumors that they were trying to ship him and they wanted a first round pick, if not two. No one was giving them that. No one was giving them a big package for him. And because the Browns wanted at least two first round picks. Which, by the way, if you guys want to kind of think of it like this, Jared Verse is like a first round pick. They technically got two firsts. Jared Verse is one, and then they got another. And then they also tacked on a second and a third rounder.
And that's a great point that I think a lot of people aren't bringing up because I think Jared Verse is even like, he's like a super first round pick. And
Yeah,
I use that wording because you already know what he is. With
you
these
already know
other
what
first
player he
round picks,
is.
you have no idea if it's going to be a bust or not. You know that Jared Verse is a premium
He's
position,
proven.
25 years old. He's a two-time Pro Bowler, which doesn't mean much anymore, but he's a very good player, and you know what he is, and he has room for growth. So that's like just as good as a first round pick. And you get another one in a loaded draft class. So there's people complaining like, oh, they maybe didn't get like Micah Parsons went for two firsts and Kenny Clark. Like people say that, and it's like I think the Browns got the same amount, if not more, value for Myles Garrett.
And let's be real, those two firsts, you don't know what they're going to be. And Kenny Clark, you know who he is, but let's be real, when Kenny Clark got traded, he was kind of having a down year. like he's still good, but like he wasn't bringing the same value he was like previously. So
And I'm also not sure what his contract is. Like you're getting Jared Verse, who's still on
Oh,
his
yeah.
rookie contract.
Yeah, Kenny Clark, I think he has a pretty massive contract
Yeah, so that
for
just
his
adds another
position.
layer.
But no,
So I
I
know
like the
Browns
deal.
fans are upset, and I don't blame them. Like this is the best player
But
in
let's
the
be
NFL
real, he would have been
who's not a
wasted.
quarterback.
His last years would have
Yeah,
been
he would have been
wasted.
wasted. Would have been wasted. I get the sentimental value. Like you drafted this player, this is your baby. You know, you've it's almost been a decade that you've ridden with him for.
Well, maybe don't trade Baker Mayfield.
Yeah, or maybe
maybe
you
maybe
don't
don't ruin the
trade for
team
Deshaun
for
Watson and trade two first plus more, and then give him a massive
the
contract.
the in my mind the Myles Garrett trade is pretty much the trade of we're sorry and this is what we have to do type of deal. It's like ownership and staff came together and they were like, well, we did a big doo doo. How do we fix that? And it's like, well, we got to pay for our sins. How do we pay for our sins? We trade Myles Garrett and rebuild, you know? So I think it really did just come down to the fact that they destroyed their roster. And for the penalty of that and the consequence of that, it came down to we're really not going to have an efficient rebuild with keeping Myles Garrett on the team because he only adds wins to our roster and we're just wasting away the last years of his career. Why don't we trade
Yep.
him to the Rams, get a productive young guy who's going to be at his peak when we actually have a decent team around him in the next like 2 or 3 years if we draft a decent quarterback?
Yeah, absolutely. And so I would say shout out to Les Need. He made an absolutely fantastic move
He's a baller,
trading
man. F those picks.
for Myles Garrett. Yeah. And you know what?
He really
He
stuck to it.
saw the Seahawks win a Super Bowl, a team in their own division,
Yep.
and the Rams already had a Super Bowl team. They went to
Yep.
the NFC Championship game and they
Mm-hmm.
lost. But
Barely.
he didn't sit on his hands. He got Trent McDuffie. He got Myles Garrett. He already made a draft pick for the future.
And they
He
still have room for Sneed
signed
too, by the
Jalen
way.
Watson. They could get another corner if they want. They can, yeah, they
That's what
can
I'm
do
saying.
whatever.
They could get an easy pickup on Ladarius Sneed, guys. I said it earlier. If they get Sneed on the team and pair McDuffie with him, I'm scared again. I'm scared more. Like I
Yeah,
know I know Sneed again. He had a down year, but like now that's June 1st. Don't be surprised if you see another Rams notification. Ladarius Sneed. It's on the Rams.
yeah, and there's a lot of good corners still out there. I think they could get another linebacker potentially,
Yeah,
but this current roster as it is the
it's
team to
nearly
beat in the
perfect.
NFL.
It's nearly perfect.
It's nearly perfect. The
Mm-hmm.
only thing stopping this team is injuries. That's pretty much it. And so they have a
Yep.
very, very fun core of young and veteran. They still got Kyron, Puka,
Yep.
are very young. They got some pieces on the O line.
The go Blake
They're
Corum.
Blake Corum. Yeah, he's a thing.
He's somewhere back there.
So, yeah, I mean, the NFC West, no offense, besides the Cardinals, that's going to be fun to watch. NFC North is going to do their thing. So, it'll be interesting to see who comes out on top. But
I
after this
felt like I needed
trade,
to comment
there's a
on
clear
that, but I feel
favorite.
like I couldn't comment on that. Everyone else is
You
going to
can
be exciting except the Cardinals. Jab to
you
my
have a
heart.
different type of exciting though.
Jab to my heart.
Your excitement is for a top 3 pick next year.
Dante Moore, Dante Moore, Dante Moore, Dante Moore, Dante Moore.
Hey, hey
You want to
baby.
come to Oregon to Arizona? All you got to do is come down south, dude. About like 2 or 3 hours away. Come
Maybe
on
Carson Beck
down.
cooks.
Okay. All right. Well,